Hello, welcome back. Tonight I will speak about a grimoire that I have written called Clauneck. And Clauneck is my 12th grimoire. It is part of Galactica Volume 2. Galactica Volume 1 has 11 different grimoires. And so it is a digital product, and all my books are in paper as well, no? So the books, they're all separated, published, and Galactica is a digital product. And we have the thematic of Clauneck as my 12th grimoire, and say it is not yet ready, but it is written, or I have already written. And the last recording we have spoken about the three elements that appear: the element of the door, the element of the temple, and the element of the palace. And so, well, of course, there is very beautiful imagery. It's a very beautiful thematic. So, well, the thematic of the temple is a very beautiful one, or thematic of the palace as well as of the castle. And we characterize, or we try to find similarities or differences in those aspects, no? So well, they all represented the element of Clauneck as well, even if from this temple I think the element of the castle, and say, well, it is all three have importance, no? The element of the temple, as well, the element of the palace, and the element of the castle, they do have many things in common. At the same time, they have, of course, differences as well. And some of those differences are aspects to how, of course, the architecture, how they are constructed, how big, how small, what region, no? It does combine different elements that comes to that place and or that region, no? So the element of the temple, so well, it is very beautiful. So temples sometimes are more little or more big, no? But in general they are, I've said, in more little, so not as big as a palace or as a castle. At the same time, temples too, of course, can be large or can be big. So the temple, it has of course, all the origin too. So we have the element of the palace. It is, as I say, a construction, no? So it is very beautiful, decorated. We have the element of the paintings, of the decorations, no? And then we have the castle, which is, of course, a different element as well. The castle too is very beautiful construction. It has a certain style or a certain decoration or elements as well. The thematic of Clauneck, of course, does carry interest. Where it is it has some other roots too. Where we have spoken in other recordings, the Greek or the Roman aspect of Clauneck as well. Very much the Greek. From the appearance, all that part of the temple, it is that written word, or it expresses something as well. Very important, no? So, well, the element of the Greek appearance, it is, a dark haired man with a dark beard, is that posture, that element of the Greek man, no? And with the robe or those elements too, it is more the element of the philosopher or the science, no? Or those element of the of the king too. So I'll say Clauneck is king. Now we have this element as well, and the element of the palace, it is different. It is in the sands, or it is very hot area, very desert. It is very beautiful. It is a very special palace as well. It has different colors, different geometrical details. Now it has a specific style as well. And then we have the castle too, which has this Baroque, this Renaissance style. In the other aspects that we can speak tonight, no? So well, of course one could talk even more about this thematic, but tonight we will speak about something else. I would say the young aspect of Clauneck, no? So he is always represented as a young man, or like in his 20s or his 30s, no? It is more young. It is important aspect of Clauneck, the element of the young. And We have too, of course, the element of naturalidad, this element of the desert, let's say the element of Clauneck being by himself or walking barefoot, or say that part of him, that is very free, say is that element too that combines very well the element with the young. It is that element very much Clauneck. And the other aspect to say, well, is the gaze or the eyes, it's a very special gaze, to say, well, Clauneck, say, well, there are different very beautiful aspects of Clauneck. There are aspects of him that are very attractive or very beautiful. We have this very beautiful dark curly hair. We have the element of the turban, which is a very beautiful element. It represents the element of the male, the turban. And then we have the element of the age. Then we have the element of the sands, as I've said, or the wind and the sands. The hot sun is that element. And then we have the element of the flowers, or the petals of the flowers, or something very soft, very precious, something very beautiful. The element of naturalidad, naturaleza comes very much through as well. Or say what natural landscape, is that a beautiful element of, say, well, the flowers in the deserts, or that element of the hot sun, those beautiful colors, It is, to say, well, a very purple red, or very yellow, very strong, very beautiful, or it can be even white. To say where there are particular flowers that appear early spring, they are very dark violet, They grow on the ground and near the trees, and they have this very beautiful darker violet. So more intense colors, that's what I mean. So flowers with more intense colors are a little rare than the ones which don't have so much intense color, That's another aspect, even if, of course, for Clauneck, we do have aspect of the rose petal, that ivory cream, little yellow rose, very gentle color of the petals of the roses, or the yellow roses, or it can be the pink roses, or of course the red roses as well. So it is that element of the rose. The other element is the element of the mirrors, or the element of the sand, the connection between the sand and the mirror. It is very beautiful part, that somehow is connected to history, is connected to that element, of that sand, or what sand symbolizes. One can analyze it from different angles. In the same time, as I've said, the element of Clauneck is very simple. It is to say, someone to say, that element of simplicity is what is very key or very important for the element of Clauneck. And that is the element to say something appear, or some beautiful moment appearing, or something almost can be described even magical in some way that happened in nature, or something, something beautiful, or can be unexpected or expected, but it is always a little surprise. And that's very much element of Clauneck. And then we have too, of course, things like social games, like playing cards, or the element of the social element. It does not matter necessarily if the company of others is through speech, or through walking, or through game, or whatever it is. One can play with words as well. One can play with games. It's a certain freedom that comes with Clauneck. Not to understand Clauneck, because Clauneck finally is a philosopher, is a mathematician, is he has very deep interest, and is a very smart king. So we should never forget, king is always smart. We should not say it's rude or not honor. So it is true as well too. So the king, of course, is knows his subjects, as I've said, and say, but that does not mean that the element of freedom, is that the other aspect Clauneck is very good at, to say that the enjoyment of the moment, of the plaisir, the element which are exquisite, the element of the connoisseur, or the element of je ne sais quoi, the element of I don't know. It is very much Clauneck. It is not complicated. It is simple. That's what it's. It's almost like cute, It is simple. So the element of the inside or the element of the outside come very much through as well. We say, well, a corridor is your part inside, your part outside, especially if it's with glass. Those elements are very, very much Clauneck, or the element of the wood with the element of the glass. The two is very much Clauneck, or the element of velvet, the crimson blue or crimson red. As I said, they're almost like same nuance or same tonality, or there's something about how similar the crimson red with the crimson blue is as well. Then we have the element of the evening, of course. If we take the color blue or crimson blue, it's more a color of the evening or early day, but it is more the color of the evening, because it has the element of the gray as well. And then we have the color, the crimson red, which is the same. And that element of like velvet rose is the element of something very rich or very soft, but red, And then, as I've said, we have the color of the pearl or the element of the ivory, or several all those elements that is like the soft orange sand or the soft white sand, or the orange, the elements too that appear, let's say the warm colors too is very much Clauneck. And I say, well, it is not necessarily to describe the elements. So these are things that I have talked already in the other recordings about Clauneck. So I just want to say, well, there are, contradictory elements, something you say, well, he appears once like that, so which aspect is more important, and say is he more like this or he is more like that? Questions arise too as well with personality of Clauneck. So it is always the interesting factor, or the game, or the play of the chance, or it's almost like something like that. At the same time, as you say, it is a magical moment. It can be very short. Maybe you see a star twinkle, or you see something exceptional. It is a set element of exquisite, element of glacia. So the element of the palace or the castle, so the castle is more enclosed in itself than the palace. Palace has more open rooms, as I said, corridors. So we have to, of course, all those elements in all the three. We have the columns in the temple, in the palace, in the castle too. But the castle is more enclosed. The windows are closed, or say it is harder to enter, or it has simply a different architecture. It is taller, or has different windows, or high windows, different staircases, or more built from wood, or the element of the mirror, the Baroque style. Instead, other elements can appear as well too. In the palace has, to say, more light. It is more, rooms are more open. Sometimes the entrance, it is shown, but it is, to say, not a door, it's open, as I said. It does not say that the element of door does not appear. It's just the architecture is different, and we have the element of the column, which is a little more open. It's more elegant, more classic as well. And then we have the element of the temple, where it is a certain serenity, a certain purity, something sacred. And so the temple is a place of joy, or a place of of prayer, or say it requires, or say, or has different elements as well. I cannot describe all, It's just to get a feeling or a comparison between them three. So in the palace we have the element of the plants much more. So whether there are more plants or more flowers, or is the element of the gardens as well. And the castle is more close to the inside and the outside. It has a little bit to say. The castle can have bigger doors, or hard doors, iron or metal, or bigger windows. This element something bigger as well, or different as well. As palaces too can be very big, or temple. It's not always about the size. We say it depends on which region was built. We say, well, if a region is, for example, a little on the river, to build the palace, but maybe the part there is not so big, then you have to adjust, to say, to that part where it can be built as well. In general, palaces are built by the water, or very close to the water, no? One can see the water is very much the element as they are built on a higher as well. Castles sometimes in general, they are a little more in the valley, or is it not as high as the palace. If the palace in general had a more higher altitude or built on higher altitude, no? So depending on the region too as well. But for that region, the highest or that element. In the element of the temple, so the temple in general can appear in many different places, in very different regions, or in very, how you say, different environments, no? And it is very much connected to the element of the stone, the element of the sand, no? That's why they hold so long, so that's the element that holds very long, the element of the stone, or so it depends what type of stone. Is it harder stone, you know? There are differences as well too. Then we have the columns, which are decorated in different styles. It's the element 2, or the colors that appear, or the different drawings or figurines or inscription that can appear on the walls. No, it's the element 2. And the element of decoration, or it can be or not. Sometimes, as I've said, the columns are white. They appear white, or instead nothing. It's just very fine, very elegant, very much more classic. It is more the Ionic style. And then we have the decoration on top, no, which is very beautiful. It's a very beautiful shape, no, and there are different styles as well. There are 2 or different motifs can appear. Several things are quite open, no, but one can still make some distinguished aspects of these 3 different, I would say, places, or you know, things, no, or I don't know, like a temple, no, or a castle, or as I said, a palace, no. So the most beautiful as well, it is the palace, because the element of the nature, you know, it's very much, the element of the birds is much more open. They have these beautiful colors. It is a very beautiful ambient as well. But the castle too, of course, is very magical, or seems magical, or there is something very beautiful about the castle as well. And the element of the temple is the most beautiful. I said the element of the temple is number 1. No? It is to say, it has a higher function. Therefore, it's very sacred, it's very special as well. It's almost to say separated from the others. It has something. It is something else. And of course, around the temple can be, or around the palace, or around the castle, can be other things found. Maybe there are other, stones, or maybe something else appears too. But of course, the inside is the most beautiful, the most interesting. It's well the element of the garden combined, with the corridors. So the element too that multiplies itself is the element of the corridor, or the different rooms, or the element of the glass, So the corridors have the element of the glass, It's windows built sometimes in the element of the wood. Those are very beautiful. Of course, it can have certain decoration, or it can be, as I said, depending on the style. It's very interesting to see, of course, what materials or what colors have been used or chosen, or what type of inscription, or what type of things. So is the element too of the atmosphere, because it is to say a colder environment. It is to say the air is different there. Inside the temple or inside the palace, it is different, And the element of the castle as well. It has a certain ambience, a certain quality to it. It's it is to say, the palace is just not the palace somewhere. It has a region. It has a certain beauty around it as well as the others. So it is that element of the atmosphere. To say, does it get foggy? Is it more like in the night, very clear sky? Is it always like sunny? Is it very hot? Say it's the element of the sands. Say it is very hot. Or we have the element of the castle, no, which is, we say, more on the colder environment, and the temple as well is more cold inside. It's a different temperature than outside. It is colder or cooler, because it's element 2 of the stone, it's element 2 of the sand, no, that it offers something. It is a very, say, not cold, but colder environment. And we can discuss 2 other elements, of course. So we can move from the thematic further on and say, well, the element of the clock or the element of time too. We say, well, there is a specific time, no? We say time is important, or the element of time too, or say a clock, or object that shows the time, no? Say, well, the clepsydra we have, no? The sand, or the element of actual watch, no? Or the element of the hours, or the element of the numbers, or the element of the doors. So it's interesting to see in a place. So where is a big palace, how many doors, how are the doors? So all doors like to close, or it's more open. Do they have like glass windows? What type of windows? How is the wood decorated? Is it darker wood? Is it lighter wood? Is it windows are more like white paint? Is more light? Is it a little more colder environment, more foggy environment? Is it very bright, very sunny environment? No, we have all these elements. So is it ice outside, cold outside, snow outside? So very much on the element of the castle, no? So in general, temples have very much connected to the element of the hot or the sand, or very much connected to the desert as well. And the other element, what is interesting for Clauneck, is the element of the gold or the element of the silver. It is, say, well, a metal, no? That's a very interesting aspect. And there are, for example, the way he dresses, no, it is always very robe-like, no, it is not a robe in the meaning, it's like the Greek style, no, but sometimes a little bit different as well. It is more like comfortable. It can be either a shirt, but more open. It's always the element of naturalezza, very, very natural. It's not pompous. It is not pompous. That's what I want to say. It is simple, but very, very representative. It fits Clauneck. It is element of naturalezza as well. A white shirt or very beautiful robe. No, it is more lighter colors as well. And I think the element of the evening is interesting too. The element of the evening, no, that's so well. It is a beautiful moment. No, it is magical. The element of the evening, and then we have the element of the sea or the salt water. So when we have a lot of sand, it is connected, of course, to the water, to the element of the sea or ocean or the salt water. And of course, the sand, the sand with the salt, they're very similar. They're very, they look the same almost, no? Then we have the element of the stone or the element of the different materials the columns are made, or the palaces or the castle or the temple is made. No, a lot is made from stone, a lot is made from different materials, or carved or not. No, we have the element of the glass, and the glass too. No, sometimes there is glass more on the lighter side. There's more glass a little more on the foggy or darker side. No, or depending what environment is outside, and maybe in the castle you see more like foggy, a little bit more darker, a little more wet environment, but still sunny sometimes. No. And then maybe in the desert is more like very sunny outside, but cold in the night, or depends too, or the element of the sky. No, we have very beautiful sky in the desert. One sees a lot of stars. And the element of the sea salt is like more connected to the origin of Clauneck, or the element of the sea, or the salt, or the element of the sands as well. So it is connection to the temple, no? It is, let's say, very beautiful places. And then we have the in the element of the palace, as I've said, is the element of the garden, which is almost takes more important than the palace, no? So palace too, of course, very beautiful, but the element of the garden is that element that really enhances its beauty. And for that too is very serene as well as in the temple. Of course, the element of serenity is important in all three, and all three have the element of serenity, or serene, no? It's like the serene blue, or like a light blue sky, no? Or the element of the sapphire, which is very beautiful blue, sapphire, a different pronunciation, but say sapphire in Romanian. Sapphire. It is a very beautiful blue. Then we have the element of the golden, as I said, with the silver, which is the element of the golden is more predominant than the element of the silver, but both very strong and predominant. And then we have the element of the metal as well. Gold and silver are metals, precious metals. No, it's the element of the precious, and the metal. It is very beautiful. It is shimmering. It is gold. It is silver. No, it is very beautiful. At the same time, the element too of silver is very strong. We have the element of the gray when it comes to Clauneck. But the element of the gold is very much shown. I would say the element of the gold is more warm than the silver. No? Silver is the element of the cold. But both are precious metals. One cannot say one is better than the other. They are both precious, no? And at the same time different, of course. They have the similarity. They have their metals, and they have the shyness of shimmering to them. But one is gold and one is silver. Then we have the element of the more darker element of the castle. So it is more velvety. It is more like a darker moon, or it's more foggy. It's more dark, or the clouds sometimes are very white or very dark. Then inside too we have the element of the candle, so it goes more on the element of the night, or the element of the castle is more, it feels more like a home. No, it is of course, as I've said, the home of Clauneck. And the element of the sand is very important, especially being so much. So the element of the sand, it does say that element of the beautiful gold element of Clauneck. It is connected to the color gold or golden, no? So it is not gold, it is more like yellow, no? Or it can be as white too. We have the white sands, which is it's like a higher quality. White sands are very beautiful. Then we have, sometimes there is the blacker sand or more gray sands, or we have the yellow sands too. And other aspects. The part is as I said, the temple is has a very symmetrical architectural symmetry to it. It creates it being the temple, the element of the sacred. It is a more simple, more at the same time a more symmetrical. It is very symmetrical, no? That's very much element of the temple. In the element of the palace, so it is more the element of the corridor. It is more the element different rooms. And in the element of the castle, very much is represented many rooms, but at the same time staircases or different levels, no, or very much different windows. Or we have the element of more like maybe darker wood, no, or more darker colors, then combined with the element of the gold, no, or shiny elements, no, so well how the candlelight shines in the element of the gold, no, how beautiful, or the element of the silver as well. We say silver is more connected to the mirror. Mirror is more silver, even if general has like a golden border around, no, but the mirror is silver. I cannot say it's gold, it's more the silver color. And the element of the fog as well, no, so it is almost like you know, like silver and golden combined, element of the fog, you know, it's very magical, it's very Clauneck as well. I can represent it, no, it's the fog, or the element of that that part. Then we have the element of the garden too, as well. If the castle does not have garden inside, it has gardens outside. The palace has, of course, outside and parts of inside as well. And then the temple, no, the temple is a lot of different, maybe not so many plants though, or less, no, but we have that element of, it's like more sacred, it is more special, the temple. It's always a little bit more different than the other two. Then of course we have the element of the color, not only more lighter colors too. We have the beautiful red, or strong red, or beautiful blue, no, and then or green, or the element of the yellow, or the white too as well, or this rosa color. But to say the blue is more representative. Or the white as well, no? The element of the white shirt, or the white pants, or the white robe. Then we have the element of the dark, or the darker hair color, that beautiful curly dark hair of Clauneck, which is very, very beautiful. So Clauneck is very beautiful, no? And then as I said, the element of the turban. That's a white cloth, no? That it is. It covers the head in a special form as well. It's like it's, you know, as element too of something sacred as well, the turban, no? Then the element of the decoration too is very beautiful, of the temples. We have very beautiful, sometimes geometrical or zigzag, or different colors, or different lines, or, you know, things are shown like it's almost like a kaleidoscope, no? It's like here little, this blue, this yellow, this, that, the color, this beautiful design, or the element of the leaves, no, which is decorated, or the element of the stairs, or anything, you know, that has this special shape too. We'll say it's not everything straight, no, it has that element of the round, or the element of the different corridors, the different open spaces, the different rooms. Then the beautiful geometrical figure outside, or the temple, how beautiful it looks too from outside, or the palace, no, let's say, it creates a different beauty when one sees it from outside, from a certain distance, no? And then one is inside too, it's very, very beautiful. It is, say, something special. So we speak about something very beautiful, thematic, no? The element of the game, or that element of the playfulness, or the element of the freedom too, that I've said, it's very much Clauneck, no? It's that element of the young, as I've said, no? And I think it's very beautiful, because it is, I say, highly intellectual, you know. It is a highly intellectual pleasure to make jokes, or intellectual jokes, or it does not have to be intellectual. It's not about buffons who is smarter. No, it is about the enjoyment, the pleasure. No, so we say, well, one says a certain color, the one say, it can be something foolish, it can be something does not make sense, and still still the element of fun or the element of new. That's very much Clauneck. Then we have the element of the book, which of course is connected to Clauneck. I mean, I didn't say it until now, but it is a very important element, the element of the book. But I said, well, the book is around Clauneck. It is not, he does not hold the book in his hands, not at all. It is to say, well, different books, no? To say, well, Clauneck does like to read, and Clauneck likes books, and he does read a lot. So we have the element of the reading, the element of the books, or the enjoyment of, say, well, visual pleasure or mental pleasure, as well as emotional pleasure, as well the element of the paper too, the element of holding a book or reading a book. But the element of conversation is much more important for Clauneck. The element of free speech, or the free dialogue, or the free, the element where everyone is free to be themselves and express themselves, and everyone enjoys that company and enjoys that game as well. Or it does not necessarily to say, well, it is a game. What is a game? No, it is not to say it's foolish. It is intellectual. It is pleasure. It is the pleasure of the intellect. So it can be something funny, something serious, something joke, made for the element of the pleasure. Or it can be a moment of something beautiful or exquisite, something unique, something special. No, it's almost like there's a certain sparkle, or there's a certain color, or the color silver comes, or the golden, or there's something, The element of the glass too, because we say, well, we have the mirror, but the element of the glass too is very important as well. No? Then we have the element of the garden, that is, well, that love for the plants too. Clauneck loves plants, or the element of the garden, or the element of the sands too. Or the element of the flower that comes very much through. As I said, there is a specific flowers that bloom in the desert. That's very much Clauneck. So the cactus flowers or different plants does not have to be only cactus. It can be even a tree. It's, of course, as well. The element of plant includes trees, includes many different, includes all plants. No? But there are specific ones too. As I said, flowers with more all white, so well, the iris is very beautiful. Flower smells very beautiful. We have the element of purple flowers, no, or the lilac, or roses, or the element of white flowers, or but more this exquisite, like a higher quality of flower. Of course, flowers too are different. It's not say, well, of course all are beautiful, but there are some flowers which are more exquisite. Simply, they are more beautiful. The petals are more beautiful. They are prolonged. They have a beautiful shape, or they have a beautiful smell, or it's something delicate, or something more, it's there are differences in the flowers, or the color is more intense, or the petals are. It's not about how big or how little, but it's a more intricate design, or the design is somehow more precious. It's just more, the color is just more beautiful, no? So it's more like the dark violet. So it's like, or we say the rose has like white, but then you have the yellow inside, and a little rose, and it's just so perfect, so beautiful, and it smells a little bit, no? Roses are like the most beautiful. But then we have others too that are very special, more like prolongated type of flowers too, or bigger type of flowers, or said that have very beautiful specific smell, or more small type of flowers. And then we have The element of the lion too, which of course is connected. The lion too is always connected with temple. The element of lion is connected with palaces. The element of lion is connected with castle too. Of course, there are differences too how the lion appears, but it does appear in all three. And the element of the lion is connected to the element of the sun, very much, the hot sun, or the element of the region, as I said. We have to say the beautiful lion, or the color of the lion. So the lion is always representative for the king. It's not to say that there are lions there, but we have the element of the lion. So it is in arranged or engraved in the throne as well. And say lion in general appears in castles, or we have, this the element of the figurative element of the lion. Or at temples we have outside, or at the entrance, or we have it in palaces too. Sometimes it can be repeated on the wall, like in that sometimes bigger dimension or more smaller dimension, or the element repeats itself. It can be inscribed or drawn. And somehow the element of rose and the element of lion too are connected too. Well, it is something that speaks about the element of royalty both. Rose is royal, lion is royal. Then we have the element of the candle, which of course offer a certain smell, a certain atmosphere, a certain warmth, a certain tranquility, a certain serenity, a certain, we say the candle is element 2 of the light, too. It's a very beautiful element. Then we have the color blue is very much connected to the water. So well, even if the palace is very beautiful inside, it has a very beautiful outside as well. The palace is close to the water. It's the element of the water very much. It comes through. Sometimes, the sea, so if the palace is built like close to the sea but on a higher, then we have the element of the wave. Sometimes the sea is wild, it's very beautiful, or sometimes it's very serene, And temples too, they are very well positioned in certain areas, certain, there are many ones, different ones. So we do, of course, always have the element of the water. Even if it's desert, the element of the water is always there. Thank you so much for listening. I will continue another time to speak about Clauneck. If you want to listen to the playlist from the beginning, there is a link in the description box below. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, bye.